1939. Germany was on the brink of war, and factories were buzzing with activity. Engines roared, and designs were evolving at lightning speed. But amidst all this chaos, one tank mysteriously vanished from the blueprints. This wasn't just any tank. It was rumored to be faster, stronger, and deadlier than anything the world had ever seen. Yet it never saw the light of day. No records, no orders, just a haunting silence. So why did Germany pull the plug on its most advanced tank before the war even kicked off? Was it a strategic decision, or did they know something we don't? The mystery remains, leaving us to wonder what could have been on the battlefield. The Panzerkampfwagen VII, or as some called it, the Leopard, wasn't a myth. It was real, and it was revolutionary. Its blueprints revealed a design far ahead of its time. Picture this, an 88mm K-43 cannon capable of tearing through Allied armor like paper. Its sloped armor wasn't just stylish engineering, it made the tank nearly impervious to return fire. And with an advanced suspension system, it could move across rough terrain with speed and precision that shocked even its creators. The Leopard wasn't just a tank, it was a glimpse into the future of warfare, a perfect fusion of power, innovation, and ambition that vanished before it could ever prove its dominance. The Leopard tank stands as one of the most intriguing chapters in military innovation. Unlike the mass-produced Panzer III or IV, the Leopard was never built for numbers, it was built for perfection. This prototype pushed the limits of engineering, featuring an electric turret drive that made aiming and firing smoother, faster, and more precise than anything of its era. Its fire control system was decades ahead of its time, allowing for pinpoint accuracy even under battlefield pressure. And here's the fascinating part. Some blueprints hinted at future upgrades, including a massive 105mm gun, proving that its designers were already thinking beyond their generation. The Leopard wasn't just a tank, it was a statement, a bold testament to German ingenuity, where technology met ambition in a way the world wasn't ready for. The Leopard tank was a true marvel of engineering, sleek, powerful, and far ahead of its time. But brilliance comes at a cost. Its cutting-edge design made it incredibly complex and far too expensive to mass-produce. As the storm of war drew closer, Germany faced a harsh reality. Resources were running thin. In the end, they made a difficult choice: cancel the Leopard project. It wasn't about failure, it was about survival. Better to build dozens of proven tanks ready for battle than to gamble on a single high-tech machine that might never see the front lines. Sometimes in war, practicality wins over perfection, and innovation is sacrificed to the ticking clock of survival. The Leopard's cancellation remains one of those enduring mysteries that still sparks debate today. Was it purely about cost, or was there something deeper, something hidden behind the curtain of wartime politics? In Nazi Germany, resources were scarce, and priorities shifted constantly. On the surface, the decision seemed financial, a move to save time and money by focusing on proven tanks. But beneath that, there are whispers of political pressure and behind-the-scenes maneuvering that suggest a far more complicated story. Perhaps it was a bit of both, economic necessity, tangled with secret agendas and power struggles. Whatever the case, the truth lies buried in forgotten archives, waiting for the right historian to uncover it. Until then, the Leopard stands as an enigma, a symbol of innovation lost to the shadows of history. The cancellation of the Leopard tank wasn't just about money, it was about power. Inside the German military, politics ran deep. High-ranking generals had already staked their reputations on the Panzer III and IV tanks that had proven themselves in battle. Then came the Leopard, faster, stronger, and more advanced than anything before it. But with innovation came threat, a threat to the old guard. To them, the Leopard wasn't just a new tank. It was a challenge to their authority, their influence, their legacy. So rather than risk losing control, they pushed back. Progress took a back seat, and politics won. So picture this. The German military is split right down the middle over tank design. On one side, you've got the traditionalists, the ones who believe in mass-producing reliable, battle-proven machines. To them, quantity wins wars. Get as many sturdy tanks on the field as possible, and let numbers do the talking. But on the other side, the visionaries, the engineers and forward thinkers obsessed with pushing boundaries, tanks like the Leopard, packed with innovation and power. They believed the future belonged to technology, not repetition. It became a clash of two mindsets: practicality versus progress, numbers versus innovation. You can almost imagine the tension in those war rooms, blueprints spread across tables, voices rising, each faction certain their vision would define the future of German armor. The Leopard tank was an engineering marvel, no doubt about it. But let's be honest, it might have been a little too advanced for its time. Picture this: Germany was deep in the chaos of World War II, desperate for tanks that could be produced quickly and in huge numbers. The Leopard's design, while groundbreaking, was also incredibly complex, and that complexity came with a cost: more time, more resources, and more headaches on the production line. So, despite its impressive capabilities, the Leopard just wasn't practical for wartime needs. Germany had to make a tough call: focus on simpler tanks that could hit the battlefield fast, even if they weren't as sophisticated. In the end, efficiency beat elegance, because in war, the best weapon is the one that's ready when you need it. So, let's talk about the Leopard's cancellation, because honestly, it feels like a plot twist straight out of a war thriller. Was it a strategic mistake? Maybe. In the chaos of wartime, every decision is like a high-stakes chess move, and sometimes the pieces just don't line up. Then there's the other side of the story, the internal power struggles. Picture it: tense meetings, quiet arguments behind closed doors, egos clashing over the future of German armor. But maybe, just maybe, it was all about pragmatism. In war, you can't afford to chase perfection when time and resources are running out. So, they pulled the plug. The truth? It's probably a mix of all those factors: strategy, politics, and necessity, wrapped in layers of secrecy. And that's what makes the Leopard story so captivating. It's a mystery that still refuses to die. The Panzerkampfwagen VII Leopard is one of those legendary what-ifs in military history. Imagine a tank that fused cutting-edge German engineering with the sheer ambition to dominate the battlefield. Thick armor, devastating firepower, and technology years ahead of its time. It was built to be a game-changer. But just as it was poised to make its mark, the tides of war shifted, and the project was scrapped. It's a bittersweet reminder of how politics, priorities, and the brutal pace of wartime production can bury even the most brilliant ideas. The Leopard became more than just a cancelled tank. It became a symbol of lost innovation, a vision of what might have changed the course of history, but never got the chance. The cancellation of the Leopard tank really makes you think about how innovation and politics constantly clash in the world of military technology. On paper, Germany's decision to focus on mass production made sense. More tanks meant more firepower on the front lines. But did that strategy come at the expense of true innovation? Imagine if they'd chosen the other path: fewer tanks, but ones so advanced they could outmatch anything the Allies had. Would that have changed the outcome of the war? It's the age-old debate of quantity versus quality, and at its core, the Leopard story highlights a deeper question: how much should politics dictate progress? In war, that balance between speed, scale, and innovation can make or break history. The Leopard tank isn't just another piece of military hardware. It's a symbol of pure engineering brilliance from an era when innovation defined power. Born in the 1960s, it struck a near-perfect balance between speed, firepower, and protection, a true masterpiece of design. But what makes it truly fascinating is how its legacy extends far beyond the battlefield. The Leopard represents how ambition can push technology to new heights, yet it also shows how politics, strategy, and economics can alter the course of even the greatest innovations. Its influence reshaped armored vehicle design worldwide, inspiring generations of engineers. So, while it might not boast the most dramatic battle record, its real victory lies in its legacy, a testament to human ingenuity and a reminder that not all wars are won with bullets, but with ideas. Imagine this: a tank built for war, yet it vanished before the first shot was even fired. This isn't fiction. It's a real mystery that's left historians baffled for decades. Picture it: A cutting-edge machine engineered to dominate the battlefield, and then nothing. It simply disappeared. Some say it was lost to time, buried under layers of secrecy. Others whisper that it was hidden away, a secret too powerful to reveal. What makes it even more captivating is how this lost tank turned into legend. Researchers and enthusiasts still scour archives, chasing fragments of blueprints, trying to piece together its story. Was it a prototype that failed in testing, or did something more shadowy happen behind closed doors? No one knows for sure. But one thing's certain: every theory, every rumor, every scrap of evidence keeps the mystery alive. The legend of this vanished war machine continues to echo through history, refusing to be forgotten.